Welcome to another episode of At Your Disclosure. I'm your host, Alex Tovar. Presented to you by Fabulous Liquid Fusion. And to think we're gonna get a house on Rainbow and Lake Mead. Oh, Rainbow and Martin Luther King Boulevard. But instead we moved in, called it the Shepherd House. Which is Tropicana and Boulder Highway as major crossroads. But relocated back to Phoenix, we ended up getting this house. Major crossroads 17th, the I-17 in Glendale. And we've been here for about 7 years. Sold us by niece Bella. It's been around, so we call it the 7-year itch. And I told you already, the original members here. But it's been that long, and hopefully things change, because if I gotta go another day with so much negativity, it's costing me a kink in the neck, literally. This stupid faggot ass bitch named what the fuck, Rosa. She done let people in a fucking take advantage of me by sleep. So we gotta have music. And I'm putting this for the record. I don't know what the fuck that stupid bitch is doing here, but I can't wait till she fucking leaves. She's addicted to meth, and she considers that life. And she had to get one far away from mine, because I don't care about that. Twat. Jasmine did a good job and taking care of her. But back to solutions. So I didn't get promoted at College Park Center. There was a guy, another opportunity. And this is overtime, part of the Payday edition of Chum and Taint on that fabulous font. And Friday, it is Saturday. And so it is strictly at your disclosure of your host, Alex Ruben Tovar. Give you the scoops on overtime as an opportunity of making money. And at the same time, too, selling on the low. We had this guy that would freaking he would wash headlamps. So he'd make it look nice and shiny, like at your reflections. If you don't see yours, come see us. Welcome to Death Row. But not trying to say anything. Same thing too with yesterday's segment. It's unfortunate that I'm missing games, so not trying to point fingers. And since it is a at your disclosure bank-related issue, I'm going to speak to you about the do's and don'ts, and following the post orders to a trying to remember that word, following it to a trying to remember it, to a cup, to a tin, to a, well, I'll remember eventually, but you follow it like the King James version, or like the Torah. So to a tin, to a, I'd remember eventually, but one thing I can't stand is commercials. So friggin', we didn't lower it. And believe it or not, being numero uno, it happens this way where you just get the worst from everyone. No, you're number one. And you have to fight for that spot, because unfortunately past the age of 28, you didn't notice the subtle difference where young and old are competing against you, including women. When you be born here, there shouldn't be a reason why you're still here. I don't understand how many times I have to kick you out on a daily basis. I'm not even playing. Yeah, at this point, I'm even willing to get back with my wife, because she was actually a good match. But, unfortunately, well, her mother done passed away. But solutions, speaking about solutions, I'm missing games, and I know I'm jumping. So, as I'm explaining myself, I'm gonna show you guys a solution. This is similar to a cherry pie. I just call it the Cody box. And you get yourself a NVIDIA Shield. They go for about $1.20 at Best Buy or Fry's Electronic. If there were still any Fry's, they didn't close down. I used to go on Thunderbird and believe westbound off the 17th. But freaking, I'm missing games, but at the same time too, I could. There's solutions, and I had a remote, but I can't find it. So we just go to apps, and we have emulators, and I just go here to freaking the NES games, and boom, have all of those games. So whatever you could think of. So I'm missing games, but at the same time, I have all these games from A to Z. So it really does go as far as the eye can see. Similar to when the United States done annexed Texas, there was an agreement as far as the eye can see, and well, Mexico done go to war with France, Spain, and England as well as several civil wars. So you didn't have a president, Santa Anna, then side with he wanted the country to go back to Spain. So Mexico had given permission to some Mennonites to occupy Texas, practice their religion, and they decided, well, we wanted to make it our own country as the Republican of Texas. And it's unfortunately, it's like this Pinto didn't get off prison, and his brother don't let him a truck. So when the brother wants his truck back, now he gets back on his knees. He's like, no can do, Cardinal. Oh, I love this song. Good thing we have some decent music. You gotta have music. Most Alzheimer, dementia patients, degenerative disorders don't rely on quality music, and we have the great maestro, some Ozzy Osbourne. This is one of my favorite songs from Black Sabbath. And the list goes on, and Mexico, pick an axe or pick a shovel. You know, they're indigenous to the continent. They're Americans, and they did their best to keep their land, as well as the 7 states, which is Arizona, Texas, Colorado, Aslan, also known as Aslan. I remember Major Dallas Brown once paid me a visit on Humanity Glen, 91st Glendale, talking about Colorado, but also at 650 Scottsdale, we had this guy in this, I believe a Red Colorado, or I had seen him at 4647 East Shade Boulevard. He had gone to 6501 Scottsdale Road, and he basically farted on near me, trying to fart on me, and he had to call me Colorado. Me here thinking, oh, trying to call me Aztec, Aslan. So anywho, Arizona, Texas, Colorado, Utah, California, Nevada, and try to remember. Oh, New Mexico. So that's 7th. And have friends, family from New Mexico, part of the Seta tribe. And I'll be honest with you, Badmouth, you know, hasn't served me anything good. I feel worse, but as an adult, I can correct it. I'm just gonna throw some things in the archive, write it down, bury it, because you gotta move forward with your life. And I'll be honest with you, 11 X-Ray tried. Fat Camp, he got his feet wet and decided this isn't for me. Blames it on us. Oh, well, you guys needed the money. I said, you guys finna lose your house, so I'm gonna lend you some Tri-Buddy. He was supposed to get $22,000, but instead he had got $11,000. He ended up getting Eclipse. Trying to remember, late 90s Eclipse, and not the Turbo Edition, but he'd go through tires on a constant basis, so he got ripped off on that. And we drink and smoke like kings, so I gotta remember the good times. And yeah, freaking Mexico will lose their states. At one point, Mexico is one of the biggest countries on earth, and being an adult, you gotta make it right. So, not trying to say that my mentor, Earl Sarge Costello, is involved in any bank robberies, because in this country, you're innocent proven guilty. And, you know, being able to interface with technology, you start realizing, similar to the bone collector, This is a good movie. Yeah, this is a good comparison to A Mind's a Terrible Thing to Waste, as well as Every Head is Its Own World. But we have Bone Collector. It's a good movie. Rookie Cop, Angelina Jolie. It's Genius, as well as aging Denzel Washington. That is, he's hospitalized. He's an alcoholic, and well, he views things and he could figure out off the back, almost like having keen senses. So it's a really good movie to look up. And I remember watching that and Cinderella, man, when Pops had left it for me in the garage. A lot of times you find things, and you kind of hate playing this game. I call it what is it called? Freaking, when someone leaves you messages, subliminal messages. I hate those games. Even at the Flower House, they leave. Mom will be like, "Oh, aquí están unas botellitas en el cuarto." Then I look at the Bible. Like they would put things in a conspicuous space for me to try to learn a lesson. It's like, what the heck, man? I'm freaking in my 20s and I'm in my 30s. There's nothing you can teach me anymore. The ego done develop already by the age of 5. It's like, well, am I under arrest, or do you have a police report? Because innocence proven guilty, and by saying that, I'm gonna continue with the do's and don'ts of bank authority for Bank of America as a bank protection officer, so as a bank captain, progressing over to major, to eventually rising to the top as a premier detective, to PSM, standing PSM for Bank of America. And a lot of times you find yourself in a cutthroat situation. Like Mike Clark, lead detective, Las Vegas, would tell me, once you reach the top, you really have to watch what you do and say. You think you have family, but at the same time too, they want to take what you have and give it to someone that did nothing but feel entitled that he should have this spot, when you have to earn it. You learn it till you earn it, instead of, as opposed to fake it till you make it. So by saying that, I done tell you a lesson in bank protection, bank authority. So just like the post orders. So post orders has you check in with the bank associates. They want to know your whereabouts. Communication is key. So you let the associates know, and you're covered. Your rear is covered. Well, I'm finna take a break. A lot of times they'll signify you, oh, just hold on a minute. Signifying their invisible hat. Basically, they're shady customers, shady individuals on the premises. So you stand by. I've been let inside, and I'm one of the bank managers over at Hakel's in Tropicana. He done tell me, oh, can you come in for a second? And that's a no-no either. You got to go with bank orders. But at least this way, if the bank does get robbed, and that's an opportunity. Once you go in, that's how it happens most of the time. That's why it's important. And I learned this from Rodetsky. And Chad Delato applies this. Christopher Rodetsky, bank captain. Southeast Bank of America, bank account here, and Phoenix office. So what he would have some of his officers do is go inside, heat up your food. So you take a 5-minute break. You go inside, you heat up your food, and then you go back out to punch out for a 30 to a 15-minute break, but at least you get an extended 5-minute break. So that helps out. So this is one of your solutions we have for missing games. And I got NES. You would have to download them for that, but this are the Genesis, or I probably have the wrong one here. I'm gonna use a different version because oh, there it is, luckily. Okay, so this one might work a little bit better. So load games, and there you go, more solutions. Oh, recent games. Okay. So let me see if I could. Yeah, I should have been in load games, but like I said, let's see what's going on here. Okay. So I might have to. Hopefully, they're not erased because I do have a lot of shady people that want nothing more than to sabotage. But I'm gonna lower this. But you have a few games there, and so that's critical right there to inform the associates before going on break. And yeah, I kind of felt bad when I woke up this morning. Hopefully, someone doesn't get the wrong way. Just letting you know opportunities, not based on the BPO's attitude. Oh well, he's arrogant. He just goes in and takes his breaks, does whatever he wants. But person's busy, and a lot of times they could get bombarded with customers. They're busy, and medical emergency has you running to use the restroom at the same time too. Just like working at Poly West, where you're earplug protected, you could devise signals where, if my other hand was available, you basically signifying break. So, you know, you pass by someone, and if you pass by, you don't say anything, they might shout out, "I'll take 2 double cheeseburgers." Be here thinking it's Jonathan Watts, Major Jonathan Watts, to assistant manager that would drive a maroon Spider. But if I don't get this right away, just know that it has basically all the Sega games, and hopefully I could bring it back up. I'm not gonna be here spending too much time, but it would be nice to be able to play the games because I know I have a lot of downloaded games. And oh, there it is. Well, this is ActRaiser, Aliens vs Predator, Demon Crest, Final Fight. Okay, so this is for the Super Nintendo. So those are games that I done download, and yeah, a lot of times I wake up with how do I live with myself. It's very hard. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. And I mean, they expect you to be cordial and alert, and that's all you can do. And moving back here to Phoenix, we didn't stay at 35th Avenue and Glendale behind Food City, as well as the Campus Court apartment in Tempe on Broadway and Mill with my in-laws. She was the manager for the apartment complexes. But those are some of the do's and don'ts of communication is key, and that is a good movie there. But probably get back with you on showing you some of the games on our next segment. And yeah, just realize that you are innocent until proven guilty, and I have reliable sources where they share information with me. And a lot of times I try to be discreet. Like when you seen that Samsonite, when you seen Taylor sitting there comfortably being a gentleman, you notice a Samsonite pamphlet, and my father worked at Samsonite in Mexico. So if you see a male adult carrying a big briefcase with wheels, wishing I would have had wheels on, when my mother and I would sell tamales door to door after school at Longview, we'd stay at my Uncle Fi's house when he was married, his first marriage. I would be tired, I'd tell boss, but I didn't care. But at the same time, it's about working smart, not working hard. You see us carrying this ice chest, each one hand in hand, but it'd be nice to have wheels on it. So this guy looked crazed, and well, he went inside the bank, and I was like, hey, that guy looks crazed, similar to when you're at tourist areas, like centric areas, Mill Avenue and north of Broadway. You have a lot of people from all over the world that don't visit, and that's the tourist attraction, Mill Ave. So just pay attention to their attitude. Attitude is everything. So with that being said, like I said, it's about being cordial and Alert. My father then started with Alert Security, and he was at FedEx. So Allied Barton took over the contract, so he had to apply for Allied Barton. Well, he was Universal Security when Allied Barton had merged. So now it's G4S, Allied Barton, Allied Universal. So with that being said, wrapping it up as I configure this Cody box. So with that being said, you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And this is your host, Alex Ruben Tovar, signing off.